Hi, and welcome back to 5-Minute Life Hacks. I'm your host, Natalia Ambrosia, coming at you from my bedroom in Los Angeles, California. And we're still in quarantine. I kind of feel like we're in this weird twilight zone, but it's okay. I feel like I'm starting to get used to it, even though I do have some waves of like what is going on. I feel like internally there's a lot going on, a lot that I'm figuring out. And I want to thank you guys so much for listening to my podcast because it really gives me an outlet and a community to talk to you all and get to know how I feel and how you feel, and that's wonderful. So thank you. Today's episode is about playing. Yes, playing like children, and how that can help you connect with yourself, to your creativity, even help you relax, recharge. So at the end of this episode, I'm going to give you a quick trick to take yourself on a little play date with yourself to help you recharge, recalibrate, play, find your creativity, relax, all those good things that we haven't done since we were children. Well, most of us. This episode was actually inspired by me. Surprise! I am a very productive person. I want to work, produce. And so during quarantine, I've been feeling a little bit overwhelmed with all this work I have with my clients, but also my Instagram account and the other projects I give myself. I can't seem to relax because I just sort of start doing something fun or relaxing, and then I turn it into, how can I commercialize this? How am I going to post this on Instagram? And so I was becoming irritable, not sleeping very well, and not having a lot of time, which is ironic given the fact that we can't go anywhere. So I decided to start from scratch and strip everything away except for work and sleep and relaxation, which sounds easy, but it's really hard for someone like me. So I started by getting rid of all my social media and other distracting things. So in between, that was actually the hardest thing for me to do because I don't know how to relax. I'll be the first one to admit it. I just don't know. I'm a very task-oriented person. So after doing a bit of research, talking to a few friends, I decided, okay, it's just not going to work for me to sit there and be like, okay, relax. So I decided to give myself a task. I decided tasks were the best way for me to work. If I start by saying to myself, okay, you're going to read this book in 1 week, or you're going to watch this show, then it gave me something to do. I also said to myself, no Instagram, this is just for enjoyment. And so I started off doing really well. I was starting to read my book, but then I thought, okay, now how do I start enjoying things, like relaxing, but being creative and not having to monetize or commercialize or produce anything, just enjoying it. And I was talking to my housemate, June, who's an actor, and she was telling me, oh, I like this task idea. It kind of reminds me of this book I'm reading called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. It's a 12-week program to unleash your creativity. And she said that it sounded like what I was doing was similar to the artist's date. So the concept is that you take yourself on an artist's date once a week and you do something creative just for the creativity of it. You're not going to show it to anyone. You're not going to do anything. And that's it. And that's supposed to help you be more creative. So as I was talking to her, I realized, wow, this does sound very similar to what I'm doing, except my goal right now is not necessarily to be more creative, but to be able to relax. So I thought, how can I merge these two ideas together? So this is my quick little trick. Once a week, pick a day where you're going to play, where you're going to do a play date with yourself. It's just you, no social media, nobody else, no screens, just you doing something fun like playing. So it could be playing an instrument, singing, dancing, writing, drawing, playing with grass. And it doesn't have to be creative. It can just be about exploring and getting in touch with your environment. So for example, when you go on your walk, you can sort of decide to pay attention to everything around you. Go lead yourself. You see pretty flowers, go look at them. If you see a little butterfly flying by, really look at it and see where it's going and see how it's flying. If you get the urge to start flying like a butterfly, why not do it? Just start to be more aware and active and let your inner child play. So to sum it up, choose one day a week, at least an hour, maybe more days a week, where you're just specifically focused on playing and having fun and enjoying yourself. No screens. And then let me know how it goes. Message me on Instagram at Natalia Ambrosia. I always love hearing from you. And now go play. Having a wonderful day. Bye.